Good evening, welcome to Will World Thrift. Tonight I got a small haul that I want to show you. Me and Timothy went to the thrift store this morning like we always do Sunday morning. He checked out the toys, got him a couple things, and I didn't find much in there today. Did get a couple things, I'll show them to you. But tonight I also want to give you updates on some of the more recent purchases I had. The other night, the auction haul I showed you where I got a bunch of those baseball cards. I spent quite a bit of time the last couple days going through those, and I got some updates and some things to show you and talk about them for a little bit. Also, I want to give you an update on the Cartier watch that I found in my watch bag video from last week. So I took it to the jeweler, I found some things out, and I'll share that with you also. So thanks for joining me. That being said, let's get right into the bag. First on the wall, I don't know though if you can see it, it's a little a mask made in Kenya, a little wood carved monster mask. So I don't know what, soldier maybe. But I snag little wooden stuff up like this, little tiki guys, little little masks, wood masks. I kind of decorate around with them a lot, so I don't really usually sell them. So I don't know what the value would be on that, but I think I gave $2 for it. But getting to the bag, well, outside the bag I got another keeper. It's a little brass butterfly with some kind of jewels on it. I have a little butterfly garden, I guess you could say, or some plant that grew like crazy and butterflies swarm it. So this will hang over my butterfly plant on the fence. Yeah, I got a butterfly garden. First item I picked up today, $2. Today was half off games and toys. It's a Golf Champion handheld. I comped it out. They go from $10 to $20. This one's new in the box, so we'll see what I get for it. I'm going to put this right up. I always get little handheld stuff when I find them, especially the old Tiger handheld games that they made in the 90s. This one's probably a little newer. It's a off-brand company called Scenario, but like I said, I did check and they do sell. I got a Wii game, Wii Play. This is like the case of a little bang broke. I probably broke it myself. Wii Play video game, half off today. Got it for $2. This is like a $10 to $15 game, but I did get that Wii the other day, so I'll probably bundle it along with it. And maybe if I find a couple more Wii games in the future, I'll just build a bundle, a Wii bundle. If I find a couple more popular games for the Wii. Another video game that also made about it, if you haven't got a chance to check it out, me and Timothy made it. It's about Disney Cars. So we got the Disney Cars 2 PlayStation game. Timothy just had to have this game. We don't have a PlayStation 2. I didn't even comp it, but I'll just put it in my game cabinet with all the games I got. Maybe one day me and Timothy will run across a PlayStation 2, snag it, play some cars. But we do have all the ones for the PlayStation 4, or whatever, the one that just was old now, when we play those. So this is just a little something I picked up growing up. It seems like this Indian prayer was always around houses I went in, my grandparents' house. Granted, I may not criticize my neighbor until I have walked a mile in his moccasins. So it's pretty nostalgic for me, so I just snagged it for $1. Hang it on my desk or somewhere, I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me, don't criticize somebody until you walk a mile in their shoes. It's always, that saying has always been around. Let's see, what I got. I got a shirt. I got a Guy Harvey shirt. Guy Harvey, I'll pick up Guy Harvey any time I see it for $1 or $2. Still popular, still hit the right price point on it, it will sell. This one's got a nice big marlin, probably something I'd wear. It is an XL, so it might not fit me. It might, I don't know. But no, I will sell it. Probably get $12 to $15 for it. what else do I got here? This is Treasure Island, Florida. They got beach shops in Florida, a lot of beach shops, and one of the more popular ones, I think they got them all over the country probably, is surf style. So anytime I can pick up a surf style item, usually the shorts are good sellers. This is probably like one of the first shirts I found. I like it because it says Treasure Island. It's a beach probably about 10 or 15 minutes away from me. Popular. And I don't know, it's got some nice marlins on there. This one is my size, so I might have to wear this a time or two before I sell it. I don't know. I've never bought anything out of surf style before, but it's a cool shirt. Anything fishing, I like fishing, you know, big in Florida, big around me, growing up, going fishing. There's a lot of popular fishing brands right now, and you know, their fishing apparel is in demand. So come springtime's coming up, people are going to be getting back out on the water, you know, people are going to be going on vacation. Here's just a Tampa Bay Rays. It's a Cooperstown collection shirt. Not much value in this one, maybe 10 bucks. It's got the old school Rays logo on it, but for a buck, you know, I'll put it on there. These are kind of my bread and butter shirts, you know, 10 bucks or so on a shirt. Keep things moving, keep a little profit coming. And my last purchase was the cord to check the DVD players that I got the other day. I didn't have one of these, and I probably do, I just don't know where I put it. I probably have 10 of them, but I could not find one to test the DVD players I bought the other day, so this will test the DVDs. Okay, so that's it for the bag. I got some okay finds, some stuff I'm keeping. Usually what happens when I go to the store with Timothy on Sunday, we end up buying things we keep. But that's part of the fun of it. So first I'll start with an update about the watches. Here is the Gucci watch. I did get it to tick. I don't know if my light's going to show it. I did get it ticking. I did take it to the jeweler, and he said it's fake. It's not worth anything. Well, he didn't actually declare it fake. He just said there's so many of them, it's not worth anything. Still like a nice Gucci watch, maybe from the 90s, I think. But I'm not going to do anything with it. I was kind of talking with a friend on Instagram about selling what is a fake watch, and I have sold fake stuff before. I just listed pure bootleg, fake, you know, this is not real, fake. And I don't really have a problem as long as I'm getting across to my customer that it is fake, you know, and they're not expecting they're getting a real deal. Maybe I could sell this watch for $10 or $15 as a fake, but I don't know, maybe I'm second guessing stealing and fake stuff, but I mean, I don't do it a whole lot. I mean, I've done it probably a couple times with a couple of the watches that I have got in the past. So here is the Cartier watch that I found. I got it ticking also, but didn't know if it was real. I took it to the jeweler, and he would not open the back on this watch for me. But he did tell me, he said, go to the pawn shop across the street, they'll open it for you, and they'll probably buy it from you if it's real. But I wasn't going to sell it to them. So, but he did tell me before I left the store to take it to the pawn shop that if you open the back and it says 21 jewels, it's probably real, and it will say Cartier. And he even questioned the back. The back is not signed or stamped. He said it's possible that, you know, the back could have fell off, but if the back was open, any jeweler, reputable jeweler, would have inscribed their name on it and the date that it was serviced, and that will let you know that it's real. And so with that, I went off across the street to the pawn shop. The guy, he didn't really understand me, but eventually we got past the language barrier, and he figured out that I wanted it opened up, so he opened it up, and we still were having problems with the language, and I was like, is it real, is it real? And he didn't understand me, and so I just took a close-up picture with my phone and zoomed in, and it said jewels on it, but it said 0 jewels. So I didn't even know it was possible to make a watch with 0 jewels, but it definitely wasn't 21 jewels, so that told me that it was fake. And then, you know, I learned it was fake. If this was real, this would have been a $500 to $1,200 watch. So a little bummed out, but you know, usually if it's too good to be true, it's not true. And I like this watch. Maybe I'll just keep it, change the band on there, put some kind of strap on it, make it look cool and wear it, because I just love the octagon frame on there, and the Roman numerals on it. One more thing I found out about a Cartier is all Cartiers have a little jewel tip on the crown, where you pull out to wind it. There should be a little jewel on here. This one does not have a jewel on it, so that could have been another telltale sign. I got that info from my friends on Facebook in a group I'm in. So too bad, so sad, but they're both taken now, and that's what happens. I still got the other bag of a lot of watches I could list and get my money back, maybe triple my money on that bag of watches. But it's so time consuming, and I feel like maybe I'm getting a little too far behind with all the stuff I'm bringing in, and now I got all these baseball cards that I had to sort through, so some stuff's got to sit on the back burner for a while until I can get to it. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to list things, sell things, you know, and in my spare time, if I ever get any, then I deal with stuff like that. So I want to show you about the baseball haul that I got. I got like 20 different boxes of baseball cards the other day, and I've had some time to go. I went through about a third of them. I still got probably 15 boxes to go to. And what's interesting is the first like mixed tub I started going through, like one of the very first handfuls of cards I pulled out this card right here. I want to show you. It's a autographed on-card autograph, manufactured from the card company. Terrell Suggs, he's a good player, but his cards aren't that valuable. But this is his rookie card, and it is in a period where they hand sign the card. Now most of these cards have stickers on them, so the hand signed on card is a little more valuable. But this card sold last week for $40, and the other comps on it are in the 20s. But with one selling for $40 last week, I could probably list this for around 30 and just wait till somebody snags it. And it is like in mint condition. So I found this card very early on, and I was getting excited. I thought maybe I would find some more autograph cards, but no, there are no more autograph cards in those cards that I got. But there was some other good ones. But I'll just show you kind of what I did, or maybe you know about baseball cards, or maybe you don't. These are kind of probably the cards I collected when I was a kid. They're called the junk wax era cards from the 90s. And most of the cards are very, very cheap, very easy to be found. But what I did is I go through these cards, and I'll show you an example of some of them. I just went through like 10 boxes and pulled out all of the Hall of Famer cards. Get up to the camera, I don't know how good you will see, but there was all different brands. There's some of these cards are sought after. These leaf cards. There's a couple very high value cards in the set, but I did not find one. But I got excited when I seen they were in there. So I'm picking out Hall of Famers, or maybe popular players, or marginal players that were fan favorites. There's Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., you know, some just Hall of Famers. Fernando probably wasn't a Hall of Famer, but he was popular. Bo Jackson, Lou Whitaker, on and on and on. Sammy Sosa. These cards are on their own are not worth much, but like I said, I did pull all the Hall of Fame cards, and I already kind of have a collection going because I've been buying these at auctions, kind of rekindling things when I was a child or a kid or whatever. So what I do is I separate each player. So instead of one, you know, card that's maybe worth $1, if I get 100 of them, I could sell, you know, say 100 Ken Griffey Jr. cards. Maybe I could sell it for 20 bucks, 40 bucks. You know, same thing with players like, you know, Barry Bonds. You know, if I get 100 player lots and sell them even for $10, it's $1,000. So I already have those lots built, and these are just going to add to them. And at some point in time, I'll get around to listing them. In the meantime, they're just going to grow and grow. So that'll be some money. And some of these cards I found, I'll show you one. There were some oddballs in there. That's a good thing about these cards. There were some oddballs in there, and I'll show you. Here's two examples. Like I call them oddballs, but these are probably a little more rare. I don't know if my camera's going to zoom in on the names or whatever, but these are gold-plated Topps cards from 1992. They're rarer than the regular cards because they are gold-plated. This is a Manny Ramirez rookie card, gold-plated. It says winner on there. Very hard to get. You know, it's not a common card. I've seen graded editions of these go for big dollars. I forget how much. I think around somewhere $50 to $100 or something for graded. And here's a Barry Bonds All-Star. I did see one of those graded go for like $60. These cards are in pretty good condition, near mint. They're not 10s, but maybe 8s, maybe 7 if one's got a little bump on it. And here's another example of one, a Kenny Lofton. That's a rookie. He's not a great player, but popular. It's gold. That could be rare. I talk about graded cards, so I just want to show you an example of a graded card. It's got a big plastic slab. This happens to be one I picked up off eBay a couple weeks ago. Hank Aaron, he passed away. His cards were kind of going all over the place, but I thought this was an undervalued card that I purchased off eBay. I want to say I got it for 40. You can see there's a tag on there the guy had for 60. Other examples of these cards were like around $60, so it's already worth more, I think, than what I paid for it. And I think it's a pretty cool card of Hank Aaron. They're not going to make any more of these, so I just wanted to have one hanging around. So yeah, I filled up. This is a 3-row box. I have 2 rows full of cards that I pulled from those ones I looked at so far. And by the time I'm done with them, I will probably fill up a whole nother one of these boxes full of just Hall of Fame cards. And then again, much like the watches, I'll have to spend my time going through them. And one more thing about the cards, because I found these, I put them in this box. They came in one of those mixed tubs I got. It's something I wasn't really expecting. Nothing great, but definitely a little surprise. And I'll show you some of these. I think these are like 1964 or 1965 football cards. I looked them up. I already forgot. I'm really familiar with cards, but when I get into some of this old football, I don't remember all the years. So these are some old cards. There might be like a couple Hall of Famers in here, but no superstars. No Jim Brown or Joe Namath or anyone good. There's some Bills players in there. They had them all by team. There's some Raiders. And what's funny is this like a brand new card. Well, not brand new. It's from the 90s, 89 maybe. And on the back it's got a card from 1965 or whatever. So I don't know if these got in there on purpose, or maybe the guys I was fighting with at the auction, not fighting with, but going to battle over some of these cards, maybe they overlooked these because they thought, they didn't have no old stuff in them. Here's some more Chargers. There's another one, Bills. Frank Bunkum. I don't know a lot of these players. They're not familiar to me. Some more, and I just have a ton of these older sports cards. They're not all 60s. I got a lot of 70s, but here's even some more 60s on the backs. And these cards, they're not great condition, but they're not dogs either. I don't see none with creases or rounded corners. Maybe a little slightly better than very good. I could probably get by lotting these cards out over $100, $150 if I just put they're already teamed up. They're already ordered by team. If I just sell them by the team lot, maybe $15, $20. And coming up, I'm not going to show you much more of them, but here's some baseball. I ran across like 5 Hall of Famers in a row. Lou Brock from the Cards, Lear DeRocher, Red Schoendienst from the Cards, Harmon Killebrew. Let's see, keep going. Mel Stoudemire, Joe Torre, Don Sutton. And these cards are 1970. So these cards are 50 years old. And then there's some more football, more Bills. Jim Dunaway, think this card sells for like 11 bucks itself, probably the way it is. Harry Jacobs, don't know him. Jim Whalen, Art Graham. I don't know none of these guys. There's an old Super Bowl card. But these are different. Those are 1982 cards. Yep. So there's some 1982 stuff. I got 70s in here. I got this whole box of them, all old stuff that I was not expecting to get with this junk wax stuff that I got. So that was pretty good. There you have it. There's my updates on the watches. You got my find for today. Some of these football cards, baseball cards. They're going to keep me busy for a while. And on that note, I guess I could just say something about this week in general and this week's sales. I really didn't do a whole lot of work this week. I showed you another video where I made 3 trips to the thrift this week and told you how it was kind of dry. I was getting like 3 or 4 items a trip, and it was starting to get frustrating. The auction that I was frustrated about, I probably ended up making out better than the guy that I bid up those 1 cards for. And I think I did very well in time, and but today I've had like 10 things today that sold and shipped. I've already got them packaged ready to go, but my phone kept going and going. I did catch up on some lists. And one more thing I'll say is that I kind of purposely took my foot off the gas this week because I knew the 15th was going to come up. For me, historically, or maybe many other eBayers out there, the 15th just seems like money, and that's when that second check rolls in. I don't know if it's people with government checks or whatever buying stuff on the 15th, or maybe just people in general. It's the middle of the month. They generally have their bills paid. The end of the month is when the crunch comes, but the 15th I always know is going to make some money. Am I probably going to do as good as I did last week? Probably not, but for the lack of effort I put in this week, the lack of work, lack of finding things, I think I'm still going to, today save my week and being the 15th through, I'd say the 15th through the 20th, sales seem to pick up for me. Let me know if that's that way for you, but for me, I think around the 15 times of the month is a good time to maybe list all those listings you stocked up, but make sure you want to be listing prior to the 15th, 14th, 13th, because especially when it falls on a weekend, it seems like it's a good sales week. So, but that's pretty much all I got tonight. Just wanted to get a few things off my chest. So, there you have it. And that's all for me. Thanks for watching Wheel World Thrift. See y'all later. Boom.